my name's Jesse Palumbo, and my topic for my literature review is basically how it's possible for homeless people to reintegrate within mainstream society, because it's a topic which is kind of, it's not widely publicised, so there's not often a lot said about it. So yeah, my main motivation was basically just to shed light, just like give it a voice as far as issues go in society, and thus define social norms and that kind of thing, because people have a tendency not to look at it as something which is important. It's not something that's happening here. So yeah, essentially that being homeless it has a lot of meanings, but it could be just basically being marginalised from society and not having any physical means of accommodation or housing or family and that to live with. So yeah, I often wonder about how this could be happening in like somewhere like Australia, because it's such a rich country in all different ways. I think that the best way to cause change and to like mitigate against this kind of thing would have to be through like the changing of social attitudes and changing of people's perspectives on this topic. And so yeah, that just means getting rid of any stigma that surrounds that, and so people can help out one another with the inherent human qualities and that kind of thing. So the Western societies make it seem as like it's only a commonality to like developing nations, like places that aren't very rich in many ways. So yeah, they make it seem that it's not happening, can't be happening in Australia or America or places like that. Basically just the main motivation for this is just to help people regain societal acceptance and just shed light on this topic, really. My research proposal, it really aimed to illustrate the impact that homelessness has upon different areas in society, but particularly through the political and social aspects. There are a lot of issues within Western culture that stem from this, and that could be anything from alcohol and substance abuse to, family conflict and breakdown, that kind of thing, and sexual abuse and physical abuse, and just like violent means and that kind of thing. And this really directly correlates with being homeless. So a lot of people who are homeless will have some of these issues happened to them in the past or the present or that kind of thing, and they are results of each other. So a person who suffers from substance abuse or whatever is likely to be homeless, or vice versa. So yeah. Just they're really related in nature and that kind of thing. And there also is a direct relationship between homelessness and deterioration in one's mental health. So yeah, there's a large percentage of people living on the streets who have mental health issues and some sort of psychological disorder, but that really can stem from past experiences or trauma or something like that that's happened in childhood and or recent times. I think that political intervention it's probably the only, but one of the best ways to mitigate against the issue. There is, like the policy frameworks that are put in place and means of early intervention and like containment strategies and that kind of thing aim to educate and just help people to re-immerse in society, which is probably the only real thing we have as far as that goes. And like government agencies, like one of their best ways is just to really build human relationships with people, so that they're able to just gain a sense of normality again and get back into society with as little disturbance to everyone else as possible. And it's really relied upon, this assistance by the government, because there's not a lot happening in regards to that. When they do this, they really need to. They recognise the complex interdependencies that people have in their lives, so that every scenario for each individual is different. So they do this so it's like a non-biased way of doing it, and just trying to cater for every individual pretty much. And the best example of this would have to be postcards. There's postcards with tailored health information on them, which are disseminated amongst homeless people in order to just help them move on and get back into real life, I guess. The research question that I chose. The research question that I chose is a form of qualitative research, and it provides insight. It provides insight and ideas and forms of hypothesis. Because I really want to bridge the gaps in research, because I hadn't found a whole lot. Because what I found was quantitative, just basically numerical data and statistical evidence and that kind of thing, like surveys and questionnaires and that kind of thing. And they were just really specific gender and age demographics. So they provided a good insight as to what's happening, but it was only limited in what they could say. And so, yeah. Thanks for everything, and thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoyed it. Cheers.